Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Irish Guy. I'm Jesse. Today is Sunday, November 26th, and we're going to be reading from a couple of different books. And I wanted to give you the reading for today first, the thought for today, and the meditation for today, and the prayer. So today is November 26th, and we are continuing our thoughts about the rewards that have come to us as a result of our new way of living. We have found that we have gotten rid of the compulsive and self-sabotaging patterns of disease that weighed us down previously. Fears, resentments, inferiority complexes, negative points of view, self-centeredness, criticism of others, oversensitivity, inner conflicts, procrastination, unsafe sex, wasting money, boredom, false perfectionism, jealousy, and envy of others. Ooh, that's a big list. So we are glad to be rid of our drinking, and we are also very glad to be rid of these other things, hopefully as well. So we can go now forward into the new way of life as shown us by our recovery, by our program, right? So the meditation for today is, he that has eyes to see, let him see. To the seeing eye, the world is good. Pray for a seeing eye to see the purpose of God in everything good. Pray for enough faith to see God's care in his dealings with you, and try to see how he has brought you safely through your past life so that now you can be of use in this world. With the eyes of faith, you can now see God's care and purpose everywhere. So today I pray that I may have a seeing eye, and I pray that with this eye of faith I may see God's purpose everywhere. So we are working on step 11. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for the knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. You know, I'm only going to read 3 paragraphs, and then I want to get into the big book real quick before I let you go. But throughout our recovery, one of the things which stands out as a result of our working the steps is our success in building relationships. And building relationships with God of our understanding. So our initial efforts resulted in this decision we made in the 3rd step, where we continued working the steps, following each step, which were designed clearly to clear away whatever barriers might stand between us and a higher power. So as a result, we are open to receive our higher power's love and guidance directly in our lives. So for many of us, the characteristics of our disease or our illness of addiction and the things that we did in our active addiction separated us from this higher power. So our self-obsession made it difficult for most of us to even believe in a power greater than our own selves, much less achieve conscious contact with that power. So we could see no purpose or meaning in our own lives. Nothing could begin to fill the emptiness we felt, the void, right? But it seemed as though we shared no common bond with others at all, but we felt alone in this vast universe, believing nothing existed beyond what our own limited view allowed us to see. However, once we begin to recover, we find our obsession with ourselves diminishing and our awareness of this presence of a higher power growing, amen? So that's spiritual maturity, that's what we're talking about. And we've begun to see that we aren't alone, and we never have been. And through working the previous steps, we have already achieved a conscious contact with the God of our understanding. So our separation and isolation have ended. So in the 11th step, we now seek to improve our conscious contact with God of our own understanding through prayer and meditation. So that's our NA. It works and how it works, and it works if we work it book. So I'm going to now give you a little excerpt from the big book, and we're reading in the big book, and this is the 4th edition, and we're on page 93, working with others. So when we continue to speak of alcoholism as an illness, a fatal malady, we talk about the conditions of body and mind which accompany it. So when we're picking up now in the big book where we're working with others, where we're trying to show others the way after we've achieved success in the 12 steps. So we want to continue to speak of our alcoholism as an illness, as a fatal malady. Otherwise, it's not going to come through, right? Because that's how it came through for me. I had to be told by a doctor, you will die if you drink again, for me to take it seriously. So we talk about the conditions of our body and the mind which accompany it. We keep their attention focused mainly on our personal experience. Explain that many are doomed who never realize their predicament. They fail to realize they are alcoholic. So doctors are rightly to tell alcoholic patients the whole story unless it will serve some good purpose. But you may talk to him about the hopelessness the hopelessness of alcoholism because you offer a solution. You will soon have your friend admitting he has many, if not all, the traits of an alcoholic. So if his own doctor is willing to tell him that he is alcoholic, so much the better. Even though your sponsee may not even have entirely admitted his condition, he has become very curious to know how you got well. So let him ask these questions. Let him, if he will, tell him exactly what happened to you. Stress the spiritual feature freely. So if that man be, or that lady be, agnostic or atheist, make it empathetic that he does not have to agree with your conception of God, right? He can choose any conception he likes, provided it makes sense to him, and it's a good thing, right? So the main thing is that he be willing to believe, I have a faith in a power greater than himself, that he may live by these spiritual principles that we have found success in our recovery doing. So when dealing with such people, we had better use everyday language to describe our spiritual principles. There is no use arousing any prejudice that he may have against certain theological terms and conceptions which about he may already be confused or have these preconceptions, right? So don't raise such issues no matter what your own convictions are. Your prospect may belong to a religious denomination, but his religious education and training may be far superior to yours. In that case, he is going to wonder how you can add anything to what he already knows. But he will be curious to learn why his own convictions have not worked and why yours seem to work so well. So he may be an example of the truth that faith alone is insufficient. To be vital, faith must be accompanied by self-sacrifice and unselfishness and a constructive action to make your life better. Let him see that you are not there to instruct him in religion, right? Amen. That's not why we're here. Admit that he probably knows more about it than you do, but do this to his attention to the fact that however deep his faith and knowledge, he could not have applied it or he would have not drank, right? So perhaps your story will help him see where he has failed to practice these very precepts he knows so well, and we represent to a particular faith or domination. But when we are dealing only with general principles common to most denominations, outline this program of action, explaining how you made a self-appraisal, how you straightened out your past, and why you are now endeavoring to help him stay sober as well. So it's important for us to realize that our attempts to pass this knowledge on, it plays a vital part in our own recovery, and that's how we're going to stay sober. So we're going to leave it on page 94 there, working with others from the big book. I hope you guys all have a really great day today. It is Sunday, November 26th. I hope you guys all had a really good weekend and Thanksgiving. Me and my wife had date night last night, and I had such an awesome time. It's so fun to spend time with my wife and to get out and do things that we enjoy, and to sing and laugh and have fun. So although it was a 2-hour drive one way, and we spent a lot of time in the car, that was fun too. So you guys get out, be sober, have fun, live your life, and be kinder, be gentler out there, because there are a lot of people out there that are still sick and suffering, that don't have the hope that we do, that don't have the hope and don't hold on to the hope that we have. So God bless you guys. Love you.